What if we are all the same? Awareness, just different faces. Think about the last person you had a conversation with. A stranger, a friend, your partner. You saw their face, one of a kind. You heard their voice, totally unique. You felt their presence, separate from yours. We pretty much run our entire lives on this one basic assumption, that we are all individual minds, locked inside our own bodies, looking out at a world of other, separate people. But what if that's only half the story? What if, underneath that distinct personality and all those unique quirks, it was you, looking right back at yourself from a different set of eyes? This isn't just a late-night philosophical game. It's a profound spiritual idea that has echoed through the ages. And today, we're going to unpack what it really means to be the same awareness, just wearing different masks. Section 1. The foundational analogy. The cosmic dream. The best way to start getting our heads around this is with something we've all experienced: a dream. When you're dreaming, you are the dreamer, simple enough. But inside that dream, you meet all kinds of other people. You talk to them, they have their own personalities, and they seem to have their own free will. The world around you feels solid and real. Everything seems totally separate from you. And yet, who is actually creating all of it? You are. Every single character, every tree, every line of dialogue is a creation of your own mind, a projection of your own consciousness appearing as many different things. The whole dream world, with all its seeming diversity, is happening inside you. The spiritual tradition of non-duality suggests that our waking reality works on a similar, just much, much grander principle. The idea, often called Advaita in Indian philosophy, a word that literally means not two, proposes that there's only one universal consciousness. And every single being, from your best friend to your worst enemy, is just a localized point of view through which this one consciousness is experiencing itself. Different stories, same storyteller. Section 2. Deconstructing the you we think we are. Okay, but that brings up a huge question, right? If we're all one consciousness, what is this powerful feeling of me that feels so personal and separate? Let's look at what you call yourself. Is it your body? Your body is changing all the time, with cells constantly being replaced. Is it your thoughts? Thoughts just appear and disappear, mostly without your permission. Is it your feelings? They change like the weather. Your memories? They're often patchy and can shift over time. So where, in all this constant change, is the permanent, solid me? Non-dual teachings offer a surprising answer. What you truly are is not any of the things you experience, but the awareness in which all of those things show up. Think of it as the silent, empty screen that the movie of your life is playing on. The movie is packed with action, drama, and a main character you call me. But the screen itself is never touched or changed by the movie. It's the one constant in every single experience you've ever had. This awareness doesn't have personal qualities. It's not a man or a woman, old or young, happy or sad. It is simply aware. And here's the mind-bending part. The quality of being aware is the exact same in everyone. That simple, direct sense of I am that exists in each of us is identical. It's the one experience we all truly share. Section 3. The what-if exploration, a world reimagined. When this idea really starts to sink in, it stops being just a cool concept. It can radically change how you see everything. So let's play what if. What if we actually lived from this place? First, the way we see other people would be completely transformed. That stranger on the bus is no longer some random person, fundamentally separate from you. They're another expression of the very same being, experiencing a different life. Judgment and anger start to melt away, replaced by a natural empathy. You start to see that hurting someone else is, in a very real way, hurting yourself, because there is no true other. This is the heart of compassion, not as some moral rule, but as a spontaneous recognition that we are all connected. Second, conflict gets a total rebrand. A disagreement is no longer me versus you. It becomes an internal tension within the one consciousness. The other person's perspective is simply a view that you aren't seeing from your particular angle. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone, but it takes the bitter, personal sting out of opposition. And finally, our idea of love gets a major upgrade. Love stops being about a separate me needing a separate you to be happy. It becomes an act of recognition. As the philosopher David Loy put it, when I look inside and see that I am nothing, that's wisdom. When I look outside and see that I am everything, that's love. Love, in this light, is the feeling of our shared existence, the moment the illusion of being separate falls away. If your mind is buzzing with this stuff, and you're curious to explore more ideas that mess with our everyday perception, think about subscribing to the channel. We take these kinds of journeys together. Now let's talk to the part of our brain that's saying, yeah, right. Section 4. Building bridges. Ancient wisdom and modern questions. The rational mind, for good reason, has some follow-up questions. The biggest one is usually, if we are all one consciousness, why does it feel so separate? Why can't I read your mind? The answer is in the difference between awareness itself and the contents of awareness. Think of it like this. There are billions of different websites on the internet. Each website, its design, its text, its pictures, is a unique and limited experience. But the electricity powering every single computer is the same. It's one universal thing. You can't access the content of someone else's mind, just like one website can't just dip into the code of another. Our experiences are, by their nature, private, but the awareness in which those experiences appear is universal. This isn't some New Age fad. It's the core teaching of ancient traditions like Advaita Vedanta in Hinduism, and is central to schools of Buddhism like Zen. Mystics and philosophers throughout history have all pointed to this same truth. Our true nature isn't the individual wave, but the entire ocean of consciousness. Even modern science has started to poke holes in our old ideas about separation. The quantum physicist Erwin Schrödinger, for example, argued for the existence of a singular, universal consciousness. He pointed out a simple fact. Consciousness is only ever experienced in the singular, never the plural. None of us has ever experienced more than one consciousness at a time. On top of that, quantum mechanics shows us a universe that's more like a web of interconnected relationships than a collection of separate objects. The world isn't nearly as solid and separate as it looks. Section 5. The Great Shift, from Seeking to Being. Getting a feel for this perspective can cause a huge shift in how we live. So much of our lives are driven by feeling like we're missing something. A separate self feels incomplete, so it spends its life looking for approval, security, love, and happiness from the outside world. This constant seeking is the root of so much of our stress and suffering. But when you start to identify with the boundless awareness instead of the limited person, the desperate seeking starts to fade. Why? Because you realize you are already whole. You aren't a fragment trying to become complete. You're the completeness itself. You're not just a character in the movie. You are the screen the whole movie is happening on. That deep sense of isolation that so many of us feel begins to dissolve because you realize you're never actually alone. You are intimately connected to everything and everyone because it all comes from the same source. Life stops being a problem you have to solve and becomes an experience you get to witness. Even tough emotions like sadness or anger are no longer a threat to you. They're just seen as temporary clouds passing through the vast, open sky of awareness. And the sky is never harmed by the clouds. Conclusion: an invitation to look. We started this journey by wondering about the faces we see every day. We've explored dream analogies, taken apart the idea of self, and looked at wisdom both ancient and modern. But the ultimate point here isn't to just adopt a new belief. It's an invitation to investigate your own direct experience. Can you find the hard edge where you end and the world begins? Can you find the boundary of your awareness? Or do you just find a seamless field of experience, constantly changing, constantly flowing? This isn't about becoming one. It's about realizing we already are one. The separation was never real. It was just a story we told ourselves, a perspective we got used to. So the next time you look into someone's eyes, past their unique face and their individual story, give yourself a quiet moment and ask, who is really looking?